Okay,
Adav
okay.
Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Atha Bhajan Kriya Tato Anartha Nirvritti Yat Tato Nishta Ruchi Tata Ata Shaktis Tato Bhaves Tata Prema Ab- Abhat Jiv So you see in this verse, can you go to the translation? Can anyone read this? In the
In the begin
beginning,
in the beginning there must be faith. Then one becomes interested in associating with pure devotees. Thereafter one is initiated by the spiritual master and executes the regulative principles under his orders. Thus one is freed from all unwanted habits and becomes firmly fixed in devotional service. Thereafter one develops taste and attachment. This is the way of sadhana bhakti, the execution of devotional service according to the regulative principles. Gradually emotions intensify and finally there is an awakening of love. This is the gradual development of love of Godhead for the devotee interested in Krishna consciousness.
Mhm.
okay, let me explain this verse. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, first thing you need to do is to have association with devotees.
Yes.
Understand? So when you
Yeah.
associate with devotees, hey, are you recording this thing?
Yes, 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 bro.
Mhm.
Yes, yes.
Then one get initiated by the spiritual master. Hmm?
Yes.
So when you get initiated by spiritual master, then he start practicing the rules and regulation as given by the spiritual master. Correct?
Okay.
Chanting 16 rounds, following four principles, Mangala Arti, taking Krishna Prasadam, Ekadas, all these things, reading the Bhagavatam. Understand?
Hmm.
So when he does this, then he becomes free from unwanted habits.
Yes.
Now this word, you become free from unwanted habit means he becomes free from kama, krodha, lobha,
Hmm.
matsarya, these are the six bad qualities.
Yes.
Mada,
Yeah.
illusion, moha. So when you get free from all these lust, anger, envy and all these things,
Hmm.
then he becomes fixed in his Hare Krishna, fixed up,
Yeah.
nista. So when he becomes fixed up, then he develops some taste in doing this Hare Krishna chanting and everything. So when he comes to that stage, then he only get attraction to the form of the Lord.
Yes.
Understand? So
Hmm.
when he get attraction to the form of the Lord, then he becomes the servant of two persons, either Radharani or Balaram.
Okay.
If we have a relationship with the Lord in the Gopi thing, then he will follow Radharani.
Mm-hmm.
And if he has a relationship with Krishna as the Gopa, cowherd boy, then he will follow Balaram.
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
Then, as this develops, then his prema, his bhava will increase and more increase, then he develop into prema.
Okay.
Now, we are not even clearing all our karma and krodha in the heart, and we want to talk to becoming gopi.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. That is not possible because
So you
we
tell
cannot
this
attain
person,
that stage.
so you tell this person who is telling you this thing, ask him whether he has finished his karma and krodha.
Yeah, yeah. He told me that that will be our last yeah, stage of yeah, perfection, and at the last stage we have to take shelter.
Listen, first and foremost, you finish your karma and krodha and wake up for Mangalarti. So it's
Hmm.
talk all these things. Correct? Yes or not?
Yes,
You don't know
and
how
one
you
more
don't know how
question.
to crawl, you don't know how to crawl, you want to run. What is this nonsense?
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah. Okay.
Ah,
No, no.
crawling you don't know. Running you want to do. What nonsense is this? Tell
Yes,
me.
yes.
Huh?
No,
Tell us.
no, that person is my uncle, and he is from, yeah, Manipuri community. So he says that last, yeah, perfection means last stage of our bhakti is to take shelter under one gopi.
Yeah,
Yeah, that will come.
that
That
will
will.
that will come automatically, you know.
Okay.
Huh? Okay,
Hmm.
thanks for sharing the screen. I can do it now.
Okay, and one more question I have.
Wait, let me finish this. Huh?
Okay.
I want to share my screen because when you ask questions, it's easy for me to share. So it's very important. First of all, we must understand, these things are
Yeah.
not, to be done prematurely, you know, understand. Many devotees are not even cross over this Anartha Nirvritti platform.
Hmm.
Ah, yes. And then they become
Yes.
Sahaja, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Huh? This Sahaja platform is very dangerous,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes, yes.
Then they think they become, gopi and they're running around.
No, this is not good. Yeah, I know.
Huh?
This can, yeah, mislead them.
Precisely.
Hmm.
So we must learn the basic first,
Mhm.
correct?
Yeah. I also told him the same thing that our, yeah, Prabhupada told us to follow the bhakti, the way of, yeah, Daisya first.
Huh?
Then we will, yeah, we will go later on.
This come to you, Prabhupada say automatically,
Yes.
you know,
Hmm.
automatically will come to you. You cannot try to rush on these things,
Yeah, yeah.
understand?
Hmm.
Fortunately, everybody think he's so advanced. This is the problem.
Yeah.
Huh? Then, sorry, see, then what happens? Then these things will develop before he get into the other platform. When the seed of
Okay.
ecstatic emotion for Krishna fructify, the following 9 symptoms manifest in one's behavior.
Hmm.
The first thing is that he doesn't want to waste time.
Hmm.
No, he doesn't want to waste time. Second
Yeah.
thing is that he is detached from all sinful activities.
Hmm.
And then he is free of false prestige, false ego. You know,
Yes.
understand? He's no more puffed up. Then he is living with hope that Krishna will always come. He equals to see Krishna. Then a taste for chanting Nama Gane Sada Ruchi.
Hmm.
This don't want to chant. How you want to develop this? You only want to chant bare minimum, correct?
Yes.
Huh? And then you want to stay in a place where the Lord, resides. These are the 9 things that will come to you. These are called anubhava. Yeah. This subordinate sign of aesthetic emotion, they are visible in a person whose heart, the seed of love of God has begun to fructify. But it's
Yeah.
not a very cheap thing, to run around with, thinking that you are now some gopi or something and this and that. right?
Yeah.
Get misled. You correct your uncle, if he's thinking like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Mhm. Yes, yes or not?
Okay. So and one more question I have, that why Radharani is not putting tilak? Why on only Krishna is putting tilak along with all the gopis?
Normally, all Indian ladies only wear the bindi, Understand?
Hmm.
So tilak is something that our sampradaya started, but usually it's only the bindi on the head. Understand?
Yeah.
Normally all Indian women they wear the dot, correct?
Yeah.
Kumkum.
Kumkum, huh?
Kumkum on our forehead.
Yes. Without kumkum, there's no auspiciousness.
Yes.
You follow? So tilak is something that our sampradaya started with putting tilak. But normally the woman forehead is only kumkum.
Okay.
So why she is not having a tilak? Then you can put for her if you want, no problem.
Okay.
Hmm? But generally she's only having only kumkum. And
Yes.
anything else?
No. Finish over.
Finish, huh?
Yeah. There is no basic reason. Only the thing she wants to decorate herself with kumkum. That's
Correct.
all.
She's married, no? She's married. All married
Yes.
women have kumkum in the head, no? Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm?
But she's not married to Krishna, right?
She's not married to Krishna, she's married to Abhimanyu.
Oh, Abhi, Abhimanyu or Ayan? Yeah, they say it Ayan.
Abhim, Abhimanyu, he's the husband of
Oh, yes, yeah. She has got married. Yeah. She got married.
yeah,
Oh, that's why she's putting kumkum. Okay.
yeah. Generally, the woman either they wear, I don't know, in other parts of India, they will wear some black dot or something, correct? Is that fact?
Black God.
Black dot or red dot, no? I don't know what is the culture in the other, in South India, they put the black thing.
Oh no, here red. They
Oh,
put red.
so, okay, something, better than, huh? What is this? Somebody is saying here.
Hmm.
Nowadays, this has morphed into bindis, which are pasted on the head for decoration.
Yes.
I see them many colors also.
Yeah.
Yeah, many colors.
Yeah.
So anyway, red is the main color.
Yes, red is the kumkum color, and all the married women they put it
Correct.
on their forehead. Yes, only red.
Any other questions?
No, no more, Prabhu.
Others? Nobody have any more questions
Prabhu, there's a question in chat.
in the chat, huh? Who wrote that?
No, Prabhu, that's not the question. I just quoted what Prabhupada said about Gopi Baba. He told first you deserve, then you desire.
Yeah. Come only once a week and you want to become Gopi Babu. Yeah, correct.
Yes,
You come once a week to the temple and you want to become Gopi Babu. Correct?
yes, Prabhu.
Yeah? Does it make sense? Hmm?
Yeah, no, Prabhu. Yeah.
You will become office Baba. What Baba?
Office.
Office Baba. That's what you will become. Yes?
Yes.
Nonsense. Before you can walk, you're running. Huh? Yes? Yes or not? You think it's becoming Radharani servant or Balaram servant is a cheap thing, huh? Yes? Because that
No, no.
Itiham Brahmano Sukha Bhutya, what is that? Huh? What is that? Huh? That is in Brahmanos 10, 12, 11. You see this verse? And this verse, quoted many times by Srila Prabhupada, you can see here. This one. Itiham satam brahma sukha anubhutyaha dashyam katanam paradaivatena mayasritanam paranadharakena sakam vichrahu krita punya kritaha. This word. Krita punya punjaha. This verse, it means this coward boys having accumulated the result of pious activities for many lives were able to associate in this way with the Supreme Personality of God. How can one explain their great fortune? It is such a cheap thing that you immediately become a servant of Krishna? Yes? Huh? Is that a fact? Tell me. Heaps and heaps and heaps of pious activity, right?
Yes.
Hmm? It is not so easy, that simply, that's why our only thing is the mercy of our Guru.
Signed off.
Yes.
huh? To get the mercy of the Guru is the only thing we can go near to Krishna. Hmm? Understand? Huh? You follow? It is not so easy. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu. It is not so easy. It is very tough, very, very tough to get His mercy.
Correct. So everybody think that they want to run around and become a gopi overnight, no? Correct?
Yeah.
1 P. Okay. Anybody got anything else? This much. Any questions?
Say 1, 3, 11, 16.
What is this, huh? Anything else? Nobody have questions?
Is it?
It don't work. A bit.
Anybody got any other questions? So therefore, we have to learn how to become, fixed up in our Krishna conscious service, And that means we must learn how to follow our instruction of the spiritual master very seriously.
Yes.
This is the first thing that is so important. If we are not following the instruction of spiritual master very seriously, then it's very difficult to make progress,
Mm.
Spiritual life means spiritual master.
Yeah.
You follow? When you have done this austerity, when you have done this austerity, persons whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of pure devotees progressing on the path of kingdom of Godhead. So in order to get the mercy of the spiritual master, we must follow his instruction and perform this austerity.
Yes.
This austerity is like waking up in the morning, chanting your, rounds, taking only Krishna Prasadam, reading Prabhupada books, associating with devotees. This all are very, very important, no?
Yes.
Then, by serving such pure devotees, so then you see what happens when you try to serve the pure devotees. So by serving those devotees who are completely free from all vice, great service is done. By such service, one attains affinity for hearing the message of Vasudeva. Then your interest will come, no?
Yes.
Right now, there's no interest, no taste. Why is not coming? Why we are not addicted to hearing only about Krishna? Because we are not surrendered to serving the pure devotees. Follow. Can read. Someone can read this. Please read.
There are men called okay. The conditioned life of a living being is caused by his revolting against the Lord. So there are men called devas or godly living beings. And there are men called asuras or demons who are against the authority of the Supreme Lord. So in the Bhagavad Gita, yeah, in the Bhagavad Gita, a vivid description is of the asuras is given, in which it is said that the asuras into lower. Okay, now it has become more smaller, so I can't read.
Oh, you can't read this, huh?
Yeah, because it's become smaller and smaller.
Oh, I thought it is easier to read. Not
Yeah,
too smaller.
yeah, too small.
Maybe 180.
How come so small, huh? I can read it very well.
Mataji on mobile.
Oh, mobile, huh? This is better.
Okay, little bit.
Can see now?
Hmm.
Shall I read Mataji or you want?
Okay, a
Someone
little bit, yeah, bigger, yeah, little bit bigger.
little bit bigger. Back to
Okay, now it's okay. There was yeah, this I have read already. For vivid description of the asuras is given, in which it is said that the asuras are put into lower and lower states of ignorance life after life after life, and so sink to the lower animal forms and have no information of the absolute truth. So the personality of Godhead. Hmm. So these asuras are gradually rectified to God consciousness by the mercy of the Lord, liberated servitors in different countries according to the supreme will. Such devotees of God are very confidential associates of the Lord. And when they come to save human society from the dangers of godlessness, so they are known as coward, something like, yes, coward.
empowered incarnation of God.
Coward, yeah, known as empowered incarnation of the Lord. So as little bit bigger, make it little bit bigger.
It's too much. You better have somebody else read. No?
Okay, someone can read.
Can anyone?
They are known as empowered incarnations of the Lord, as sons of the Lord, as servants of the Lord, or as associates of the Lord. But none of them falsely claim that he is himself God. This is blasphemy declared by the Asuras and the demonic followers of Asuras. Also accept pretenders as God or his incarnation. in the revealed scriptures, there is definite information of the incarnation of God. No one should be accepted as God or an incarnation of God unless he is confounded by the revealed scriptures. The servants of God are to be respected as God by the devotees who actually want to go back to Godhead. Such servants of God are called Mahatmas or Tirthas, and they
Yes.
preach according to the particular time and place. The servants of God urge people to become devotees of the Lord. They never tolerate being called God. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was God himself according to the indication of the revealed scriptures, but he played the part of a devotee. People who knew him to be God addressed him as God, but he used to block his ears with his hands and chant the name of the Lord Vishnu. He strongly protested against being called God. Although undoubtedly he was God himself, the Lord behaves so to warn us against unscrupulous men who take pleasure in being addressed as God. The servants of God come to propagate God consciousness, and intelligent people should cooperate with them in every respect. By serving the servant of God, one can please God more than by directly serving the Lord. The Lord is more pleased when he sees that his servants are properly respected, because such servants risk everything for the service of the Lord, and so are very dear to the Lord. The Lord declares in the Bhagavad Gita 1869 that no one is dearer to him than one who risks everything to preach his glory. By serving the servants of the Lord, one gradually gets the quality of such servants, and thus one becomes qualified to hear the glories of the Lord, glories of the God. The eagerness to hear about God is the first qualification of a devotee eligible for entering the kingdom of God.
So you see this point here.
Yeah.
So we need to first qualify ourselves.
Mm.
Let's come by serving a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. Understand? Not only Prabhupada, we also have to see, we have to learn how to associate. We have to learn how to associate, see,
One should learn how to associate with the devotees of the Lord by gathering with them to chant the glories of the Lord. This process is most purifying, as devotees thus develop their loving friendship. They feel mutual happiness and satisfaction, and by thus encouraging one another, they are able to give up material sense gratification, which is the cause of all suffering.
So in order to get into this serving, just why Prabhupada created temples, no?
Yes.
Come to the temple, you associate with the devotees, you learn how to serve, the Lord through the association. You understand? Their guidance, senior devotees, junior devotees. So when we do all these things properly, then develop for love for each other also will develop, no?
Yes.
Not that only you have Krishna and you only dance with Krishna and you don't care for others. That's not the philosophy,
Okay.
You understand? So associating with devotees is so important, and learning how to respect devotees, This is our
Yes.
culture. Our Vaishnava culture is to how to become servant of the servant. Is it not? To show respect to everybody and not expect anything in return. Yes? Huh? Is it not? Pranadapi sunichena, sarvapi.
Yes. Rudra Shaishwar Amananang Manadena Kirtanaya Satahade.
Yes. So we not expect any, these are basic things. So
Yeah.
unless we are in the association devotees, how we learn how to practice all these things?
Yes.
We cannot practice it at home, no? Can we?
Yeah. Yeah. It is very tough.
Unless you only want to bow down to your wife now, Huh? So this is very important, This relationship is crucial. Then,
Yeah, associates and yeah, association is very much needed, Prabhu.
yes, very important.
Why
Unless you
we
do
are
that,
in the Dham. Yeah, that is why we are in the Dham. Just for the association.
not only in the dam, also in any place, we go, like for example, you are maybe in the dam, but many of them are not in the dam, no?
Ah, notable, yeah. So they should be associated with the devotees at
In the
like
temple,
house program or something like that. They should arrange.
no house program, only in the temple. Understand?
Okay.
House program is useless. You understand? You have to learn how to, of course, you can bring the devotee to your house and serve them, that's another thing. But the main thing is the temple, to serve the deities in the temple.
Uh-huh.
You follow? So there are strict guidance where Prabhupada have set up. That you have to come there, you have to learn how to, become a menial servant.
Hmm.
You follow? Unless we learn how to bow down, man mana bhava mat bhakta mat yaji mam namaskaro. Huh? How you
Hmm.
gonna do all these things? You have to learn, correct?
Yes.
So by serving also the devotees, you also learn how to serve the Lord.
Yes.
You follow?
Hmm.
Huh? Then, once you start doing these things, then devotional service will, the devotees of the Lord constantly discuss the glory of the personality of Godhead among themselves. Thus, they constantly remember the Lord and remind one another of His qualities and pastimes. So, not that we come together and we talk politics, no?
No, that I'm not interested at all.
We do so many nonsense, no? So, you see how by constantly talking about God and remembering the Lord, one another of His qualities and pastimes. In this way, by their devotion to the principle of bhakti, the devotees please the personality of Godhead, who takes away from them everything inauspicious.
Yes.
Being purified of all impediment, the devotees are awakened to pure love of Godhead, and thus even within this world, their spiritualized body exhibits symptoms of transcendental lascivious, such as standing of the bodily hairs and etc. You understand? So this is the process.
Okay.
And this process you cannot change. I cannot change. Nobody can, suddenly you bring Radharani inside and start dancing with her. It doesn't work like that.
Hmm.
You understand? It all starts with something wrong. There's an echo effect. So when being purified of all impediment, the devotees are awakened to pure love of God. Huh? See,
Yes.
this is the process.
Hmm.
Okay. So in this way, by the devotion to the principle bhakti, a devotee please the personality of God. So by doing this, hearing about the Lord, engaging especially in serving the lotus feet of the pure devotee, of a spiritual master, Krishna become pleased. And when
Yes.
Krishna is pleased, only all these other things can happen. Then we become purified.
Hmm.
But nobody else can take away your karma, understand? No?
Okay.
Therefore, when Krishna, purifies us, he takes away from them everything inauspicious, being purified of all impediment, the devotees awaken to pure love of God. This is the process. Understand? Without purification, no one can develop any love for God. That's not possible. Hmm. In order to do this, we must have some piety, spiritual piety. Then we get connected. Then that's why the program, the temple serving, deity worship is there. We are also learning how to do so many other things. Huh? Correct.
Yes.
To learn how to wash the pot, sometimes clean, cook, preach. So many activities are there. Yes,
Yes.
this is the process. So once you get into this, then you become purified, then you make more and more advancement, gradually, right? And then when we get gradually purified, then yes, having achieved love of God, the devotees sometimes weep loudly, absorbed in thought of infallible Lord. Sometimes they love, feel great pleasure speaking out about the Lord, dance loud to the Lord, dance or sing. Such devotees, having transcended material condition life, sometimes imitate the unborn supreme by acting out his pastime, and sometimes achieving his personal audience. They remain peaceful and silent. So these are all the aesthetic asta, sat, what is that? Asta, sattvika vikar, eight form of transformation that is explained in Nectar of Devotion. Standing of the head, choking of the voice, crying, laughing
Yes.
loudly, rolling on the floor, all these are the symptoms one by one.
Hmm.
So this is how it works. It doesn't mean that tomorrow you get some initiation from somebody and you start running around like Radharani. This doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
Huh? And actually, the main thing that will please our spiritual master is the preaching. Unless we get attraction to hearing by the mercy of the spiritual master, then how can we preach? And if we don't preach, how we will please Krishna?
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
Hmm? Unless you read the books of Prabhupada, how you will know things also?
Hmm.
Hmm?
I can't preach. Yeah. This is the main thing.
So you must read. You don't read and hear. Just now you see, we are understood by serving Prabhupada, we get a develop for hearing. And when we develop for the hearing, then Krishna will become pleased, no?
Yes.
Hmm? Then we become pleased. And this is the verse, very famous verse. Srunvata swakata Krishna, punya shravana kirtanaha. Hridyantastoya pudrani vidunoti shuhat satam. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Paramatma Supreme Soul in everyone's heart and the benefactor of the truthful devotee, cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. Correct? You develop a taste for hearing. That must be coming from Krishna from within the heart. You follow? Unless his material enjoyment is clean from the heart, how he will develop the urge to hear?
Yes.
If you want to have enjoy Maya and at the same time you want to be a devotee, how is it possible?
No.
Correct?
Yes.
So therefore, can you read this and someone?
Sages of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna are
No, you
purification, yeah,
read,
non-different from him.
to read because you can't see very well. No, let others read.
Hare Krishna, I'll read it, Prabhu. Messages of the personality of Godhead Sri Krishna are non different from him. Whenever, therefore, offenseless hearing and glorification of God are undertaken, it is to be understood that Lord Krishna is present there in the form of transcendental sound, which is as powerful as the Lord personally. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his Sikshastaka, declares clearly that the holy name of the Lord has all the potencies of the Lord and that he has endowed his innumerable names with the same potency. There is no rigid fixture of time, and anyone can chant the holy name with attention and reverence at his convenience. The Lord is so kind to us that he can be present before us personally in the form of transcendental sound. But unfortunately, we have no taste for hearing and glorifying the Lord's names and activities. We have already discussed developing a taste for hearing and chanting the holy sound. It is done through the medium of service to the pure devotee of the Lord. The Lord is reciprocally respondent to his devotees. When he sees that a devotee is completely sincere in getting admittance to the transcendental service of the Lord and has thus become eager to hear about him, the Lord acts from within the devotee in such a way that the devotee may easily go back to him. The Lord is more anxious to take us back into his kingdom than we can desire. Most of us do not desire at all to go back to Godhead. Only a very few men want to go back to Godhead. But anyone who desires to go back to Godhead, Sri Krishna helps in all respects. One cannot enter into the kingdom of God unless one is perfectly cleared of all sins. The material sins are products of our desires to lord it over material nature. It is very difficult to get rid of such desires. Women and wealth are very difficult problems for the devotee making progress on the path back to Godhead. Many stalwarts in the devotional line fell victim to these allurements and thus retreated from the path of liberation. But when one is helped by the Lord Himself, the whole process becomes as easy as anything by the divine grace of the Lord. To become restless in the contact of women and wealth is not an astonishment, because every living being is associated with such things from remote time, practically immemorial, and it takes time to recover from this foreign nature. But if one is engaged in hearing the glories of the Lord, gradually he realizes his real position. By the grace of God, such a devotee gets sufficient strength to defend himself from the state of disturbances, and gradually all disturbing elements are eliminated from his mind. Hmm.
So you see how we are, caught in this web,
Yeah,
especially with wealth and women.
women. Yes,
Yes.
yes.
So once we get caught in these things, especially among all these things, the worst thing is wealth, no?
Yeah.
I think this is the
Narad Muni said, among all the attractions of material enjoyment, the attraction of riches bewilders one's intelligence more than having beautiful bodily features, taking birth in an aristocratic family, and being learned. When one is uneducated but falsely puffed up by wealth, the result is that one engages in his wealth in enjoying wine, women, and gambling.
But this is you know, the consequence.
Among the three modes of material nature, goodness, passion, and ignorance, people are certainly conducted by the lower qualities, namely passion and ignorance, and especially by passion. Conducted by the mode of passion, one becomes more and more involved in material existence. Therefore, human life is meant for subduing the modes of passion and ignorance and advancing in the mode of goodness. This this is culture. One must subdue the modes of passion and ignorance. In the mode of passion, when one is falsely proud of wealth, one engages his wealth only for three things, namely wine, women, and gambling. We can actually see, especially in this age, that those who have unnecessary riches simply try to enjoy these three things. In Western civilization, these three things are very prominent because of an unnecessary increase of wealth. Narad Muni considered all this in the case of Manigriva and Alakubra, because he found in them so much pride in the wealth of their father Kuvera.
You see how detrimental this, wealth. will lead to women,
Yes.
fall down. The person who is involved in this mode of passion and ignorance, spiritually become dead. He won't be interested in talking about Krishna, hearing about Krishna. You don't like this, you know.
Yes.
He doesn't like it. You want to talk about the Bollywood. You want to talk all these actresses.
All this mundane thing. Yeah.
More appealing, Understand? The mind has got a natural attraction for this. Hmm? Wrong word.
Waking.
No, no,
Okay.
yes, yes, this is the right word. Okay, this word.
My dear sons, the mind has a natural proclivity to enter into the material sense objects, and similarly, the sense objects enter into the mind. But both this material mind and the sense objects are merely designations that cover the spirit soul, who is part and parcel of me.
So you see, the mind has got a natural attraction to going into Maya.
Mm,
It is more allured by Maya. So when it gets into Maya, I said many times,
proclivity.
once you get into Maya, this is what happens. No?
The illusory material nature attracts the minute living entity to embrace her, and as a result, he assumes forms composed of her qualities. Subsequently, he loses all his spiritual qualities and must undergo repeated deaths. You, however, avoid the material energy in the same way that a snake abandons its old skin, glorious in your possession of 8 mystic perfections. You enjoy unlimited opulences. Glorious. Your possession of 8 mystic perfections.
You see how,
So
it,
what is this
uh,
mystic? 8 mystic perfections.
it perfection is anima, lagima.
Okay, yoga, yogic.
So we should learn how to, understand this whole thing. You don't understand these things, then you will be finished. Yes?
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful how to come out of this whole thing. Anybody got questions?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu, I know Prabhupada had told temple is the place where all our spiritual activities should be centered, or we should focus, and the temple is the only place. But given people are spread out and they cannot really come every day to the temple, and we have to offer and take prasadam, to what extent how the worship at home should be done? How elaborate that should be, and what are the standards? And I know it's not recommended in any way, but Prabhu, realistically, practically, how?
Try to follow the standard of the temple as much as you can in your house.
Okay,
Whatever you learn in the temple, you apply.
okay, Prabhu.
Especially waking up in the morning and chanting. That's the most important thing. And that is most difficult for the householder also.
Yeah,
Because his conditions are always very constrained, you know. You don't know what will happen next moment, no? Is it not?
yeah,
So therefore you try to always maintain that standard, you know.
yeah, Prabhu.
Huh?
Yes.
Very difficult thing, you see. That's why temple is much more easier because you can only do this successfully in the association of devotees. You know.
Yes.
In the house, you compromise a lot, you know.
Yeah,
Hmm?
agree. Yeah, Prabhu.
So I mean, yeah, you can try. I remember I was staying outside and I was going to the temple on the weekends. I will go back and then Monday I'm okay, Tuesday I'm okay. By the time I come to Wednesday, I can feel pretty much drained out already, you know. Then I want to run to the temple again. You right? Is it not?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
So it shows that you cannot make progress, you know. You're only going out and draining your batteries, you know, in the house. Huh?
True.
Charging, I see only draining out. Is it not? Unless your house is very pure, I don't know.
We are playing like a snake and ladder. A temple coming as ladder and house at snake.
Yes. So therefore, that's why, you know, our whole program is some or other we should move very close to the temple. That's the main, to be the main objective, you know. Where you can always run in and run out at least, you know. Yes?
Yeah. Really delightful setup, really.
So that will be, you know, a saving grace. At least, you know, you still got a temple in Singapore, you know, you imagine you don't have anything. What are you going to do, what? Right?
Mm.
Hmm?
So just a follow-up question. So Prabhupada has never recommended that there should be deities at home. It's not a mandatory thing.
Yeah.
Un-
Prabhupada wanted that. Prabhupada wanted everybody to come to the temple.
yeah,
Because you can see, you know, even you keep deities in the house, then you start
you
fighting.
cannot.
Why why you know, so many problems, no? Correct?
Mm.
Yes.
You also not proper. Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
Instead of worshipping the Lord, you start thinking it's a burden.
exactly. And yeah, that's what Prabhu. It become mechanical.
Yeah.
Uh, and no mood completely.
Correct?
Yes.
You know, when you come to the temple, you have so many devotees and so much to share your work and everything, you know.
Yes. It is easy to become charged in the temple rather than at home.
Yeah, so home worship is difficult.
Yeah, bro. Thank you, bro.
Huh? Try, lah, you try. How much you can try, you try. But you follow the standard. That's all I can say.
Yes, yes, bro.
And try not to compromise so much, you know.
Hmm.
Yes.
Unless you're staying some 200 miles away or something, then I don't know. But in Singapore, anybody can come, no?
Yeah.
Only thing that's stopping you is the bed.
Correct.
Yes?
Yeah.
Plus, the working hours are very, very erratic here. Hmm?
Mm.
So therefore, you think of how to. Hmm?
Yep.
Because association of devotees is prime important, Householders must learn how to associate with devotees again and again, Correct?
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Yes, Prabhu. I've got one more question.
Hmm.
So can I
Yeah,
speak, Prabhu?
yeah, please say.
Yeah, the people say, the Karmi people, they say that being a devotee and serving the Lord,
Hmm.
that is not much fruitful. Okay, but being a yeah sansari people means being a yeah, entering in yeah, grihastha life, and after finishing all the works of yeah, grihasthas, then if you remember once, so that will be more yeah, powerful, and that will the God will please more. So is it true?
Then you serve the what family members, is it?
Yeah, I also told him like that.
So household life is one who do some tapasya of getting married and children and all is pleasing the Lord more, is it?
I I also told them like this. Yeah, this is not like this. So
Outside.
then
Let,
everyone yeah would have done so.
let me ask this question. All of you are sitting outside there. You find it
Hmm.
very pleasurable, your household affair?
No, no, I don't like.
Huh? So who is this guy saying this nonsense? I
So I told him no, no, that is not the true. He says no, no, that's why the goddess made this married life and all this yeah, grihastha life. Just to if you enter it, you have to do all the works, all the yeah, responsibly. Yeah, you have to complete all your yeah, responsibilities, and that after that, if you get any time, then only you have to remember. I say you've gone crazy.
Can you read this one?
Okay, my dear Lord Krishna, until people become your devotees, their material attachments and desires remain things. So their homes remain prisons. Yeah, that is true. And their affectionate feelings for their family members remain shackles, foot shackles, foot
So
shackles. Yes.
this person who is saying, does he support this, whatever he said,
Yeah, he should read. He should go through this verse, these lines.
correct?
Yes. That is why at the end of the Ras Leela, when this Lord Krishna says to all the gopis that now yeah Leela is finished, so you should move to your house. Then all the gopi cries, no, no, we do not want to go again in the Papa Griha,
Hmm.
isn't it? So yeah that line when this thing comes in the ras leela at the end, so I used to cry, feeling the same thing. When we go back to our home and to our yeah, family members, we do not enjoy like the way we are enjoying in the ras leelas.
Can you read this?
This way, one who is too attached to family life becomes disturbed at heart. Like the pigeon, he tries to find pleasure in mundane attraction. Basically, is to maintaining his
You must read loudly for everyone to hear, you know.
his own family. The
Let someone
okay,
else read, you know. Yeah, come, give them all a chance. Otherwise, nobody is participating. I only hear you and me only.
yeah, okay, let them read.
Nobody wants to read also.
I'm ready actually. Waiting. In this way, one who is
Nobody
too
is
attached.
nothing. I don't understand. Because it's a Zoom class with how many people here? How many people are here?
19.
19 people, and I only hear two voices.
In this way, one who is attached to family life becomes disturbed at heart, like the pigeon. He tries to find pleasure in mundane sex attraction, busily engaged in maintaining his own family. The miserly person is fated to suffer greatly, along with all his family members. The doors of liberation are opened wide to one who has achieved human life. But if a human being simply devotes himself to family life like the foolish bird in this story, then he is to be considered as one who has climbed to a high place only to trip and fall down.
So does this
Suicide.
all support family life?
Yes, yes,
Huh?
yeah,
Yes, he supports. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
Hmm?
yeah. One should not be attached too much with his family life. That's true.
He should learn how to live in the family with Krishna in the center.
Mm,
If he lives his family life with Krishna in the center, then there's no problem.
yes.
But he simply lives in his family life like an ordinary mundane family man, then he's going to have a lot of problems.
Mm,
Hmm? Yes?
yes.
There's a way to live with him. Not that you live.
You want to come, change.
Well, please read this. Come on.
A householder should comfortably maintain his dependence either with money that comes of its own accord or with that gathered by honest execution of one's duties. According to one's means, one should perform sacrifices and other religious ceremonies. A, house, a householder taking care of many dependent family members should not become materially attached to them. Not should he become mentally unbalanced, considering himself to be the Lord. An intelligent householder should see that all possible future happiness, just like that which has already experienced, is temporary. The association of children, wife, relatives, and friends is just like the brief meeting of travelers. With each change of body, one is separated from all such associates, just as one loses the objects one possesses in a dream when the dream is over.
Yes.
Deeply considering the actual situation, a liberated soul should live at home just like a guest, without any sense of proprietorship or false ego. In this way, he will not be bound by or entangled by domestic affairs. A householder devotee who worships me by execution of his family duties may remain at home, go to a holy place, or if he has a responsible son, take sannyasa. But a householder whose mind is attached to his home and who is thus disturbed by ardent desires to enjoy his money and children, who is lusty after women, who is possessed of a miserly mentality, and who unintelligently thinks everything is mine and I'm everything, is certainly bound in illusion. Oh, my poor elderly parents, and my wife with a mere infant in her arms, and my other young children. Without me, they have absolutely no one to protect them and will suffer unbearably. How can my poor relatives possibly live without me? Thus, because of his foolish mentality, a householder whose heart is overwhelmed by family attachment is never satisfied. Constantly meditating on his relatives, he dies and enters into the darkness of ignorance.
So this is the result if you don't try to become Krishna conscious.
Yeah.
Just then, if you don't want to become Krishna conscious, then it's going to be a big problem.
Hmm.
No one is dear to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, nor is anyone his enemy or friend. But he gives inspiration to those who have not forgotten him and destroys those who have.
So if you don't want to become Krishna conscious, then it's going to be a problem.
Yes.
Destroyed by Krishna. Yes?
Yes.
The wise souls who understand how your Maya deludes all human beings render potent loving service to you, who are the source of liberation from birth and death. How indeed can fear of material life affect your faithful servants? On the other hand, your furrowing eyebrows, the triple-rimmed wheel of time, repeatedly terrify those who refuse to take shelter of you. My dear king, in the material world, the conditioned souls are confronted by death at every step of life. Therefore, who among the conditioned souls would not render service to the lotus feet of Lord Mukunda, who is worshipable even for the greatest of liberated souls?
Yes?
Prabhu, on 3:29:39, just now we read, why does Lord destroy?
Because you don't want to surrender to him. So he exacts Maya on you.
It
When you
is
try to enjoy Krishna, will he allow you? Yeah, this was here. Confronted by death at every step of life. Yes? He told Arjuna also the same thing, no? But he told Arjuna in a more politer way, you know.
You will be lost.
Right? In this way, he said, Mat chitta sarva durgani mat prasad tarishyasi yatha chetvam ahankaram nasosyasi vinansyasi. Huh? Well, vinansyasi also means destroyed.
Yeah.
Correct?
If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost.
Actually, you will be destroyed. Vinashyasi also means destroyed, no?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, if you don't want to become Krishna conscious, then you'll be destined to suffer birth after birth. Very nice now, we all have taken birth and we are enjoying, huh? Yes? We all are enjoying, is it?
No problem.
So anyone is intelligent, no, they want to stop this whole nonsense. Correct? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Hmm? Yeah, now everybody thought 2020 will be the best year. Became the worst year. Right? Everybody want to enjoy, and one little bug came and finished. Yes?
Yes.
Right or not? All plans shattered. Yes? All your sophisticated technological advancement all laid to the ground. Correct? So therefore, if you don't surrender, going to be bad consequence. Hmm? That's why I said, no, in that what, 10, 14 thing, 58, I think. Yes. Hmm?
For those who have accepted the board of the lotus feet of the Lord, who is the shelter of cosmic manifestation and is famous as Murari, the enemy of the Mura demon, the ocean of material world is like the water contained in the calf's footprint. Their goal is Paramapadam, Vaikunta, the place where there are no material desires, not the place where there is danger at every step.
Or you have any other solution other than surrendering to the Lord? Hmm?
There is no solution.
Hmm? Oh, you don't want to do? Then the problem is going to be there. Then your love will be shifted to family and country and work and all. And when you share your love is shifted to this material thing, then the consequence is going to be very bad. Yes?
Yes.
So we want to come out, then we have to develop love for Krishna somehow or other. You know? Somehow or other we must get attracted to Krishna.
Yes.
Then only we will be safe. Hmm? Understand? Hmm? Right? So we have to learn how to take shelter.
But this Kshatriya people, they have to fight for the country. They have to protect the people. So without fighting for the country, how they can do their duty?
First you read this one.
Okay. Those persons who take shelter to you.
To those persons who take shelter of you, you reveal yourself as a super soul, the embodiment of all transcendental pleasure. What further use have such devotees for their servants, children or bodies, their wives, money or houses, their land, good health or conveyances? And for those who fail to appreciate the truth about you and go on pursuing the pleasure of sex, what could there be in this entire world? A place inherently doomed to destruction and devoid of significance that could give them real happiness.
Yes. Hmm? So what is the use? Hmm? But there's no, whatever occupation, there's no such thing as any impediment, right? Arjuna was a Kshatriya.
Yes.
Therefore, Arjuna, you should always think of me in the form of Krishna and at the same time carry out your prescribed duty of fighting. With your activities dedicated to me and your mind and intelligence fixed on me, you will attain me without doubt.
Hmm?
Yeah.
So anybody can work for Krishna? Yes?
Yes.
Any other questions? Everybody is quiet. Hmm? Everybody is quiet. Huh? What happened?
I am over now. My quota is finished for today. Let them ask the other.
Huh? Can you read this?
This instruction to Arjuna is very important for all men engaged in material activities. The Lord does not say that one should give up his prescribed duties or engagements. One can continue them and at the same time think of Krishna by chanting Hare Krishna. This will free one from material contamination and engage the mind and intelligence in Krishna. By chanting Krishna's name, by chanting Krishna's names, one will be transferred to the supreme planet Krishna Loka without doubt.
in Kali Yuga, the best thing to do is just chant, whatever you are. Yes? You have to do. Chanting, then you can develop your, eventually you give up your occupation. What is that word? Jnana Priyasa Mudapasya.
In 14.3.
Those who, even while remaining situated in their established social positions, throw away the process of speculative knowledge and with their body, words, and mind offer all respects to descriptions of your personality and activities, dedicating their lives to these narrations, which are vibrated by your personality, vibrated by you personally, and by your pure devotees, certainly conquer your lordship. Although you are otherwise unconquerable by anyone within the three worlds. Here, the word Udapasya clearly indicates that one should not even slightly endeavor to understand the absolute truth by the process of mental speculation, for it invariably carries one to an imperfect, impersonal understanding of God. The word Jivanti indicates that a devotee who always hears about Lord Krishna will go back home, back to Godhead, even if he can do nothing except maintain his existence and hear topics concerning the Lord. Sri Sanatana Goswami has explained the words Tanuvan Manopi by the body, words, and mind in three ways in reference to devotees. Through their body, words, and mind, they are able to conquer Lord Krishna. Thus, becoming perfect in Krishna consciousness, they can touch his lotus feet with their hands, call him to come with their words, and attain his direct audience within their mind simply by thinking about him. In the case of non-devotees, the words Tanuvan Manobhihi refers to the mind, refers to the word Ajita, unconquered, and indicate that those who not engaged in the loving service of Lord Krishna cannot conquer the absolute truth by their bodily strength, verbal expertise, or mental power. Despite all their endeavors,
Creating a,
ultimate truth remains beyond their reach.
somebody's mind is giving interference.
Yeah.
If someone is talking on the background, the problem, huh? Carry on.
In reference to the word Jita, conquered, the words Tanuvan Manobhi indicate that the pure devotees of Lord Krishna conquer his body, words, and mind. Lord Krishna's body is conquered because he always remains by the side of his pure devotees. Lord Krishna's words are conquered because he always chants the glories of his devotees. And Lord Krishna's mind is conquered because he always thinks about his loving devotees. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has explained the word Tanuvan Manohi in regard to the word Namanta, offering obeisances. He explains that the devotee who can take full advantage of the transcendental topics of the Lord by offering all respect to those topics with their body, word, and mind. One should engage his body by touching the ground with his hands and head while offering obeisances to the topics of the Lord. One should engage his words by praising. One should engage his words by praising transcendental literature such as Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as devotees who are preaching such literatures. And one and one should engage his mind by feeling great reverence and pleasure while hearing the transcendental topics of the Lord. In this way, a sincere devotee who has acquired even a small amount of transcendental knowledge about Lord Krishna can conquer him and thus go back home back to Godhead for eternal life at the Lord's side.
We should give up all this speculation, in whatever social position, stay in that place and chant Hare Krishna. There you'll be able to conquer the unconquerable Lord. Of course, I already explained the best way to stay is to come and associate with devotees. Yes?
Yes.
You don't have to give up your social position. Not required. You only have to become Krishna conscious. Then you can capture the Lord, And once you have captured the Lord, then your life is successful.
Yes.
Anyone who remembers the lotus feet of the Lord will never see repeated birth and death, Correct?
Yes.
And one who has captured the Lord, then not only captured the Lord, then all things comes,
Thus, because he is completely absorbed in thought of me, the devotee does not desire even the highest benediction obtainable in the upper planetary systems, including Satyaloka. He does not desire the 8 material perfections obtained from mystic yoga, nor does he desire to be elevated to the kingdom of God. Even without desiring them, the devotee enjoys even in this life all the offered benedictions. The vibhuti or opulences offered by Maya are of many varieties. We have experience of different varieties of material enjoyment even on this planet. But if one is able to promote himself to the higher planets like Chandraloka, the sun, or still higher, Maharloka, Janaloka, and Tapoloka, or even ultimately the highest planet which is inhabited by Brahma, which is called Satyaloka, there are immense possibilities of material enjoyment. For example, the duration of life in higher planets is far, far greater than on this planet. It is said that on the moon, duration of life is such that of 6 months are equal to 1 day. We cannot even imagine the duration of life on the highest planet. It is stated in Bhagavad Gita that Brahma's 12 hours are inconceivable even to our mathematicians. There are all descriptions of eternal energy of Lord or Maya. Besides these, there are other opulences which the yogis can achieve by their mystic power. They are also material. A devotee does not aspire for all these material pleasures, although they are available to him simply by wishing. By the grace of the Lord, a devotee can achieve wonderful success simply by willing. But a real devotee does not like that. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught that one should not desire material opulence or material reputation, nor should one try to enjoy material beauty. One should simply aspire to be absorbed in the devotional service of the Lord. Even if one does not get liberation, but has to continue the process of birth and death unlimitedly. Actually, however, to one who engages in Krishna consciousness, liberation is already guaranteed. Devotees enjoy all the benefits of the higher planets and the Vaikuntha planets also. It is especially mentioned here. Bhagavatim Badram. In the Vaikuntha planets, everything is eternally peaceful. Yet a pure devotee does not even aspire to be promoted there. But still, he gets that advantage. He enjoys all the facilities of the material and spiritual worlds, even during the present lifetime.
So you see how much, even though you don't want, Krishna gives. You got so much to gain by just becoming Krishna conscious. Don't have to give up your position, don't have to do nothing. You simply stay where you are and try to become seven of the seven of the seven of. That's all. Yes? Very long, huh? Going to be 2 hours. Huh? Sorry to have bored you so long.
It's okay.
Any questions? Anything else?
No.
No.
Anybody else? Anybody else is quiet? Huh? Anything else?
That's it, Prabhu.
Nobody is saying anything.
Unmute. Everybody unmute.
Everybody is so quiet now. I don't know what happened. Did I say anything wrong? Huh? Correct. Everyone is heartbroken. Something is so wrong. Everybody is silent. No response, no nothing.
Oh,
Huh? What happened? Anything happened? What happened?
no, Prabhu.
Huh?
No, Prabhu. Everything good done.
What?
Yeah, today Murli Prabhu seems to be very quiet.
I'm here.
Hare Krishna.
All right. So, okay, I guess I thank you all very much for
Yeah.
your time that you have given me, your kind association.
Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, next, you
Okay, Dandavat Prabhu.
know, we'll get back with you, Sundar Prabhu. We can share the recording to you. Hmm?
Yes.
Right. All glories to all of you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.